Hello everyone, I am Prasunika from Divyadrashti Imaging Lab, IIT Roorkee. In this video, we will learn about how to simulate a photonic sensor based on surface plasmon resonance effect. In this video, we will use COMSOL software to simulate the design. So let's get started. To simulate this design, first we will click on Model Wizard and then we will click on 2D. Now we will select radio frequency and then electromagnetic waves, EMW operation. Now we will add mode analysis to our study because in this video we will study about mode analysis. Now a screen will appear and the very first step is we will input our initialized parameters. So now one by one we will enter the parameters, the values which we have taken in our work from our paper. So P is a pitch, and its value is 2 micrometer. Similarly, we will enter all the parameters, initialized parameters, that is TPML for our proposed design, 1.75 micrometer. D is the radius of air hole. The width of gold is 40 nanometer. And we will calculate frequency using C constant divided by lambda. And now we will input the geometry. The very important step is we have to take its length micrometer, because in our geometry we have taken its unit as micrometer. Initialize one circle because our air holes and design is in circular shape. So the very first circle of our design will be of width 2 cross TPML. Similarly, we will do for the next circle also. We will take one more circle and its radius will be 2 cross TPML plus gold width. So it will create a gold layer. We can see in our design there are various air holes. So for that we have used position coordinates as p cos theta and p sin theta. So theta will be pi by 180 cross angle. So here for this, to make this circle 3, we have taken angle 0. Similarly, we will do it for all the air holes by changing its angle. Now similarly, we will make all other circles also by right clicking on the circle and then duplicating it, so that we only need to change angle, rest all is already present. So right click, duplicate, and then change the angle. Here in this here I have a 90 plus angle, because to change angle we are going above 90. So we have taken 90 plus 60 and 90 plus 13 and then in next circle. Similarly, we will enter for second ring, and here I have multiplied it with 1.5 because kk value is 1.5. Some air holes are missing in this design because to create a leakage modes, and then we will rotate it by 180-degree angle. Now we will enter the PML layer, and its radius is 2 cross T PML plus gold width plus analyte width plus 3.5. We have taken PML layer width as 3.5 in this proposed design. Now we will input layer also, so we will go in layer section of this build design, and then in layer 1 we will input its thickness as 3.5, and then we will click on build all objects. Now we can see that we have forgot to add analyte width, so I will correct it plus analyte width because we can see that analyte layer is not present. Now we can see we have got correct design with analyte width and PML width also present. Now we will add a phase matching layer, boundary condition. Now we will add boundary condition. So for that we will go in the definition and add artificial domain, and inside artificial domain we will add perfect matched layer, and then we will click on cylindrical. We will change it type to cylindrical. Rest all scaling will be of 1. Now we will add material. So for that we will go to blank material. In blank material we will add, before that we have to change the our wave equation to refractive index, so that we can directly get refractive index values. So here we will change relative permittivity to refractive index. Now we can see that we got refractive index real and refractive imaginary part. Now first we have to add the selection. We can see that PML layer and analyte layer share same boundary. So analyte and PML layer will have same refractive index. That's why we have added all these PML layers and analyte layer with same refractive index, that is of 1.37. we can change it also, refractive index. Every time one can see that where surface plasmon resonance is achieved. So in analyte layer we can see basic and refractive index. Our analyte layer is now prepared. Now we have to add another material, and its label is, we are labeling it with fused silica. Now I have added these refractive index of fused silica by using Salimier equation. So that for that we have generated data using MATLAB. So here we can see that part 2 Salimier equation for fused silica. We have taken all these Salimier constants values and from the paper and this equation, and generated the lambda and real part of the refractive index of fused silica. So from here we will click on this silica R array, and then we will copy all these two. One is wavelength and other is refractive index. We will copy and paste it in console window, where we have to add the refractive index for fused silica. So here there is a caution: don't add directly the refractive index function, interpolation function in basic. First we have to add refractive index, and then we will add interpolation function. So this is the wrong way. We will correct it in a few seconds. So we cannot see the refractive index, so before that we have to add the a function that we will that will change according to the frequency. So I have taken here int1 c constant divided by frequency. Now we will delete it because this is not the right way to add in a function in basics. Yeah, inside refractive index, now we will right click on refractive index, and we will add a function of interpolation. Now here we can see that function name is int1. It is correct because we have taken refractive index function also int1. And now we will copy this table to this console window of interpolation. And now a very important step, we have to change interpolation to piecewise cubic, and extrapolation to, you can change also linear or constant, anything we can do. And now the very important is unit. Change unit to arguments to meter, because here I have taken wavelength in meter. The first column is in meter, so change it to meter. Now we can see that there is another very important thing: add model inputs in refractive index. So we have to search that where is frequency. Model input is frequency, because refractive index is taking frequency as its function is in frequency. So we will go in general, and then we will click on frequency. So now we can see that model input has frequency parameter, and we are ready with our fused silica material. Now we will add another material, that is gold. So we are changing the label and labeling it as gold. Now first we will input the refractive index function, because before making the refractive index function we have to first enter here. Now here for gold we will use Drude-Lagrange model, and Drude-Lagrange model has refractive index is of complex parts, so it has real and imaginary both parts. That's why I have taken int1 and int2 function. Now we can see that refractive index, we will right click on refractive index and add function. Similar steps will be followed as we have done in fused silica. We will add function again for imaginary part of refractive index. So here we can see that we have two interpolation function, one for real and another for imaginary part of refractive index. So here we will change the function name int1 and int2. So similarly we have to change it in refractive index also. So here int1 and int2 function. I'm changing its label so that it becomes more clear. Real part of refractive index of gold, and here label is imaginary part of refractive index of gold. And similarly we will again go in COMSOL in MATLAB window, and here since we are adding gold, so we will use Drude-Lagrange model for that, for permittivity and refractive index. And a very important thing is that COMSOL takes negative refractive index. So I have in this code I have added minus sign also in imaginary part of refractive index. That will become more clear after a few minutes of this video, because I will show that where COMSOL take negative value. So that's why we are getting negative graph of imaginary part of refractive index. So similarly we will copy and paste there. I will provide this data sheet with this along with this video, so that you can directly import it. These are the real part of refractive index, imaginary part of refractive index of gold. So we will go in imaginary part of refractive index of gold, and then we will copy it and we will paste it in this window of COMSOL. So now we have to we have added both real and imaginary part, but we are left with that unit. So interpolation, piecewise cubic, and function we will add 1 and argument is m. Similarly, we will do same steps for real and imaginary part both. So we are left with air holes. We have to add properties of air holes. Refractive index of air hole is when 1. So first we will label it as air hole, and then we will add all the selections of air holes. Here we will go in entities, and I will copy these domains so that we can easily add. We don't need to separately add one by one. So here we will paste it. Now its refractive index will be 1. Now we are ready with our all material. We will create mesh. So extra fine and physics controlled mesh is created. We can see that we have built the mesh, and now we will move towards study part, that is mode analysis. We will add parametric sweep also, but first let's input parameters in mode analysis window. So here mode analysis frequency will be C constant divided by lambda. LAM is operating frequency. Desired number of modes, here we have taken 40 desired number of modes. We will search mode around 1.45. Now we will add parametric sweep. So we will click on study, and then we will right click on it and parametric sweep. So this will change the wavelength. So we are going to sweep the wavelength. For that we have to click on plus sign, and there a list will come. Out of that we will select lamb, and don't forget to change parameter unit because we have taken in micrometer. So 0.6, here we have taken the list. I have changed to 0.6 to 0.8, but for searching we have to take more wavelength range. So but since this takes time, that's why I have taken in for this video only 3 wavelength sweep. And now we will compute it. It will take few minutes to generate results for at each wavelength. So we are ready with our results. We can see that by changing this parameter values 0.8, we can see that electric field we have to go in surface, and then we will select the study 1 parameter solution, and then we can see the drop down menu when we will click on lambda 0.8, and at each wavelength we will get 40 effective index modes, and we will see its plot one by one. Now these are the modes and their effective indexes. So since we have taken 40, so here we can see that 40 effective mode index is present at each wavelength, 0.6, 0.7, 0.8. We can see that there are various core guided modes. And we have to search our desired mode out of all these modes so that we can calculate confinement loss and can get this effective mode index. So here we will search out of all these modes, we will search our desired mode, a fundamental mode, and we will extract its effective mode index. See, this is fundamental mode. So this we have to do this thing, we have to repeat this thing for each wavelength, so it takes time. This time can be reduced by using some techniques that we will discuss in the next video or in our next section. Since we have I'm adding one more wavelength because resonance wavelength is not present. So when I have added 0.655 and I will again compute it, it will take some more time. When this it will be over, we can see that at 0.655 we will see the resonance effect. Resonance effect means we will see that real part of SPP mode, surface plasmon polytron mode, and real part of core modes are equal. So for that we have to find the desired mode out of all these modes and extract its effective index. It will take few minutes, so we have to wait. So our now results are ready. We can see that we have added 0.655 as input parameter. So now we will go to surface and then we will add. We can see that we have these all lambda values, and at each at 0.655 we can see all these refractive index, and at 1.4487 we are getting this fundamental mode. And very important thing is we have to see the arrow surface. Arrow surface will tell about whether that mode is X polarized or Y polarized. So in COMSOL we have to add arrow surface by right clicking on the electric field. Now we can I have now similar window comes for arrow surface also. So like at 1.4487, similarly at 1.4487 in arrow surface also, we can, when we will click on plot, we can see in Y direction, but here we have to change the X component, Y component electric field, and then we will plot it. But since arrow is very small, so we have to change arrow positioning, and it's we will adjust it in a few minutes. So here we can see that we have written expression of EMW.norm E. So similarly we will change it for different modes, and we will see that where we are getting surface plasmon resonance. I am changing it to coloring table to different color. We will change it to a different color because it's not very clear in this. But before that we will adjust arrow positioning also to make arrows more clear. So at each wavelength we will get two modes, X and Y polar. Here we have added thermal, color table as thermal, because here we can see that there is a leakage of some energy, light, towards metal and dielectric interface. That is a surface plasmon resonance. Now when I have clicked on arrow surface again, then we can see that it is in Y direction. But before that it is not very dark, so I am adjusting arrow positions. We will try doing changes. We will adjust these by changing arrow type, arrow connections and all. So I have changed this point to 1 and from 15 to 1. By changing arrow type to arrowhead, we can see only head. So this is also not the best way for representation. So I'm going to change it by arrow. So see, now we can see a more better arrow, more clear arrow. So we can adjust its amplitude also. So now again we will go to this surface plot, and we can see that we have achieved surface plasmon phase matching at 1.4487. so we have to now see that this is our X polarized. Similarly, this is our X polarized fundamental mode. We can see the arrow direction, and similarly we will change it for different wavelength, and we will note down the effective index of our desired mode, and we will search at each wavelength our desired modes and SPP modes and all. These are the SPP modes, which SPP modes are always in metal and dielectric interface, always present in metal dielectric interface. For the time being, we have disabled this arrow surface so that we can clearly see the field intensity. So now we will use derived values and global evaluation for calculating all these confinement loss and real part of effective index. So I'm adding the real part in expression real part of EWN dot effective index. EMW dot and effective real part. Similarly, we will add for imaginary part also, and then we will add expression of confinement loss. Now we have added all the expressions, all three expressions. Now we will calculate it for our modes, desired modes. So for that I have selected parameter from list, lambda value 0.655 from the list, and here also we will add manually. We can create this for all also. If we have to add manually, then we have to find that at which number that mode is present. So like 1.4487 is in second number, and X and Y polarized in 13th number. So 2 and 13 number I have noted down. So 2 is X polarized fundamental mode and 13 is at and at bipolarized fundamental mode is at 13. So first I have entered 2 and then I will evaluate. It will generate a table in this table 2 window below graphic windows, and similarly for 13 also. X and Y polarized values. Now I will copy this value and will paste it in Excel. So I will click it and Control C, and then I will paste in Excel. Here I have made a file which has X polarized fundamental, Y polar and SPP mode, and here wavelength, real, imaginary confinement loss for X, Y and SPP mode. This will help us to find the phase matching condition. Similar step will be repeated for SPP also. We will find the SPP mode and then we will there are many first order, second order, third order and higher order SPP modes, which we will see in a while. These are the SPP modes: surface, plasmon, polytron modes. So we will find SPP mode also for our design. So yes, this is the SPP mode which we will use, and we will find its effective index also, and we will follow similar step. I will search this 1.4487 plus this in global evaluation. I will search this in table. So for that we will again go in global evaluation. I have taken here all, so that all data sets get generated in table, and out of that it is more easy to search. Although this search process can be avoided by using many optimization and computational technique. So out of all these lambda and real part, imaginary part value, I will search that SPP mode. So I will again go in surface and I will see that its reflectance of 1.4487. So I will search that plus 0.003 I. It is and yes, this is, so we will copy it. And we will paste it in Excel file. but since it includes wavelength, resonant wavelength also, the copied, so from here I will take only these 1.44 and real part, imaginary part and confinement loss. Although there is no need of confinement loss calculation for SPP. So now here comes the main thing. Similarly, all these we will calculate for 0.6, 0.7 and all wavelength. Similar step we will repeat at each wavelength and at each analyte refractive index. So here we can see that the real part of core mode and real part of SPP mode are equal. That means phase matching condition is achieved. So our 0.655 is the resonance wavelength. Hope this video was helpful. Thank you.